No mai, haere mai, ma loi lele. Welcome to 3 News. A coronial inquest in Christchurch is looking at the community's right to know when dangerous people are living on their street. Juliana Bonilla-Herrera was a Colombian who had moved to New Zealand and lived alone. But a rapist identified as a high-risk offender was paroled to the flat next door. And just weeks later, she was dead. Senior reporter Juliet Speedy has the story.
Joseph Bryder spent 7 years in prison for kidnapping and raping a woman, and just weeks after he was released, he murdered a stranger who lived next door. The victim, 37-year-old graphic artist Juliana Bonilla-Herrera, a Colombian living in New Zealand for 10 years.
And the injuries that were inflicted on her were horrific.
On release, Bryder was deemed high risk, but because there were no beds in a 24/7 supervised facility, corrections allowed him to live independently in this flat in Addington through rehabilitation agency Pathway Trust. A corrections officer in assessing Bryder wrote down his likely targets for future offending.
New girlfriend or female, casual sex/hookups, or female not known to him.
Despite this, he was housed in a flat adjoining a single woman living alone. Juliana Bonilla-Herrera immediately had a bad feeling about him.
Juliana told several people that she was concerned for her safety and that her neighbour, Mr. Bryder, behaved in a manner that troubled her.
One day when a probation officer visited Bryder, he was asked about his neighbours.
In response, he said they were all elderly people. The probation officer did not see any of the neighbours during this visit.
Meanwhile, Juliana, like everyone else on the street, was completely oblivious to the man next door's sadistic and depraved criminal past.
Should the community have been informed of his presence and offending?
The coroner will hear from staff who dealt with Bryder from Corrections and Pathway Trust, although most of their identities are suppressed. Juliana Bonilla-Herrera's sister is listening in from her home in California, so the entire inquest is being translated into Spanish.
Mis sinceras condolencias a usted y su familia. I offer my sincere condolences to you and your family. I know that Juliana was a vibrant, adventurous and interesting person, and that she deserves to be remembered in so many more ways than the terrible way in which she died.
Remembered for the life she lived, not the circumstances that left her unprotected.